All right, so here's just another rise and shine with a couple of different variations that are in it. So we're going to start, and remember, we want to be very deliberate with all of these movements. We want to work on that range of motion, control, think perfect movement. We're not trying to force anything, and we're not trying to check the box that we simply got it done. All right, so feet together. We'll start with arms overhead, and let me show you the side view first. So we want to make sure we're getting a big backward hip hinge. So find your end range before you fold. Come back up, find a flat back first, arms overhead, tighten your glutes, and then reach back. All right, drive the hips back. Come back up, tight glutes. Now we're gonna go ahead and go duck-footed. Arms overhead, big backward hip hinge, and all we're doing is changing the orientation of origin, insertion of the hamstring, well, pretty much everything that attaches to the hip. Come up, tight glutes. So you may feel a little change in emphasis with the hamstring between feet together, pointing straight ahead, duck-footed like we are now. And after this, we're gonna go into a pigeon-toed position. All right, pigeon-toed. So we will start with the arms overhead for your hinge. However, when you come up on this one, since you can't really fire the glutes too well in this position, we're gonna put your hands on your hips and just shift the hips forward. So what we're trying not to do is dump all of this through your lower back. One more time. And shift the hips. All right, now we're just gonna take a small step to the side. So step, you're gonna simultaneously shift your hips, reach up with the hand, and over as far as you can. And then we'll repeat that on the other side. Step, shift, up and over. 2 more times each way. So you're creating a line from fingertip all the way down to ankle as possible. One more. All right, feet are going to be hip width. So what you may need is a heel lift for this part. So if you don't have the ability to get into a squat this deep, you're probably restricted at the ankle. So if we give you a little bit of a heel lift, we can accommodate that problem and allow you to get low. I want you to be able to get low into this squat position. So that can literally be, put your heels on the front of your shoes. You could roll up a mat. Doesn't matter what you use. You're just looking at maybe an inch or so of height. All right, arms overhead. Remember, squeeze everything out of this hip hinge possible before you fold over. Now we're gonna descend, knees wider than the elbows, and chest up. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and hook my big toes, and then straighten my knees, tuck my chin, and back down. All right, one more time. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and throw in a little rotation. So plant that hand and rotate. So with these rotations, putting our hand here to block that knee out, you always wanna unwind the torso first and then reach. What I typically see is a lot of winging the arm around. Unroll everything and then come up. One more each side. All right, so we're gonna do about 4 series of going into a down dog position and then kind of like a cobra or up dog. So from your tabletop, straighten. Now your heels may or may not go down. I'm not trying to be a perfect yoga instructor, so if there are yoga aficionados out there and I'm screwing this up, I apologize. So we're trying to get a nice stretch along the backside, sink the chest down, and lower to the floor. And all I want you to do is engage the backside. So engaging it instead of trying to drive it up. I'm not going to get into thinking anything is right or anything is wrong. I believe everybody has their reason for why they want you to do things a certain way. Back down. I'm always concerned that we're crunching the low back too much. So suck the belly button up, lift everything to engage it. Then we're going to go 2 more rotations. Back into our down dog position. Sink the chest. One more. Suck the belly button up and then lift. All right, push-up position. So this runner's lunge, if you can get your foot all the way up, great. If it's here, no problem. Bigger key is straighten that back knee, sink your hips, and then swap sides. Straighten the back knee, sink the hips, and we're gonna go 2 more times each side. Straight knee, sink the hips. And 1 more time on the opposite side. So being our 3rd time on the first side, take that hand closest to your forward foot, reach under your arm. As you come up, turn the hips first, the torso second, then bring the arm into the equation. 2 more times. Hips, torso, then the arm. 1 more. Hips, torso, then the arm. Take that hand, plant it inside of your forward foot, spin the back heel. Now you can lean into this leg to block it. Torso, then reach. 2 more times. Torso, and 1 more. Swap sides. First get that back knee straight, sink down a little bit. Now take the hand closest to your foot, under, hips first, spine, then the arm. Hips, torso, then the arm. 1 more time. Hips, torso, then the arm. All right, plant inside the forward foot, spin the back heel, lean into that side, chest. So unravel the torso first. 1 more time. All right, I'm just going to finish with a series of stepping to the side into a lunge and then coming across into a bowler. Key, that foot needs to be square, not turned out. Hip hinge. When you land, this would be correct, this would be incorrect. So we're going to step to the right, much depth as you can get, come back up. Now we're going to step across into a bowler. So the bowler isn't a curtsy lunge. All we're trying to do, technical jargon, frontal plane hip hinging. That's the action. Doesn't go all that far. So as you come across, that's it. Anything else had to come from somewhere else. Let's go 3 more times. Lunge, bowler. Lunge, bowler. 1 more. Lunge, and bowler. All right, step into the left. Lunge, bowler. Lunge, bowler. 2 more times. Then all we're going to do is a series of alternating forward stepping lunges. Hands over the head, step into the lunge, turn towards the up leg. One more time each side. So just another way to go through some basic movement, get the body awake, stretch everything out, and get it activated.